the my last question is so many young people they are studying the major of tour guide. They want they want to enter the society as the tour guide, save the tourist. Can you give them some suggestion? Work as a tour guide.
A suggestion for the young people who want to become a tour guide in the future, you mean? Well, the tourism industry changed a lot in the last 20 years, especially in the last 5 years because the pandemic. So the mentality now of this job is completely different. And because we have a new technology, everything is in your cell phone, in your hand. Sometimes people don't need a tour guide because you have in your language all the information about flights, hotels, prices, and excursions and these things. So our profession is changing very fast. But of course, they will be always the image of a tour guide because it's one of the oldest professions in the humanity from the very first beginning. So if you want to become a tour guide and you are young, the first recommendation is to study languages. So one or two is not enough. So study languages, go deep in the history, geography, and try to understand the culture of the country you are traveling in. Don't do the things very mechanic because I have colleagues that have a different mentality about this job, and I have, we can say, the most romantic or classic or elegant idea what is a tour guide, taking care of the people. You need to know how to do a check-in in the hotel, how is boarding in a ferry like this. So it's a technical detail that you have to take care of. And the young guys never think on this. It's just, let's go. It's not like this. So if you want to become a tour guide, first recommendation, study languages, geography, and history, and then show out your passion for the area you are working in. If you don't like a place or a country, or you don't understand the mentality of a country, forget about this and go to another place. This is very important. So when you are young, probably it's a good idea that you have an experience in a country that you are attracted. Meet the people, know the mentality and the history of the country you are attracted. Because if you are not familiar with this, you can never be a good tour guide in this country. So selecting your destination and also the nationality you are working with, because it's not the same working with Australians that working with Portuguese. So you have to be like a kind of actor. Your behavior is different with one nationality or the other. Your humor and your jokes are not the same for all the nationalities. So this is important. At the end, you control more or less all the points that is touching in this profession. So yeah, once again, languages, geography, history, and the passion for the country you are planning to work with. Don't become one of these tour guides that, oh, I want to be a tour guide. You go in a company and then you think you are a tour guide. No, 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 no. You need experience. And you need, of course, the technical part of this profession. No, everybody can be a tour guide. This is not a job for everybody. So probably after 1, 2, or 3 years, you give up and say, this is not for me. I cannot stand this life. And there is when you are very young, after, we can say 5, 7 years, you are a little tired of this. And then you decide to go forward or not. It's like being couple. After an experience of 7 years, you decide, this is not my perfect wife. So my wife is my job. And if I'm not happy, then do another thing. That is very, very important. To be happy and control what you do in an everyday working day in this profession. This is super important. Otherwise, you are a robot and a robot is not a nice tour guide. Uh,
Okay, thanks for your valuable suggestion. I think you gave many young people a good lesson because nowadays there are more and more young people they travel around the world in their holiday vacation.
right.
I believe you will become a popular star soon. Thanks.
Well, I hope that everybody understand my words because this is very important. Nowadays, I suffer this in my case because the volume of tourists is growing. So you are basically like, we can say, a number in a company with a lot of people working. And basically your boss or the staff in your office don't have the opportunity to know you deep and what is your mentality when you are working because you know there is not connection, they are not seeing you. But the result at the end is the success of the tour. When the people are happy, when they didn't have problems, when they really enjoy the tour. So in the company, it's like, well, one tour more, next one. It's not like this. Still, you have to keep the standard up of this profession, even if it's not important the money or the salary or the opinion of you in the company. The most important is to do a smooth job and keep up the passion of what you're doing. This is the most important. So the young people, most of them nowadays, they are not thinking on it. Probably they think, well, a tour guide must win a lot of money, which is not true. It was time ago, but now it's different. And if you have this kind of mentality to bring the people in the shops and no, this is not our profession. I'm not one of those. That because I'm not working in big cities like Paris, London, Rome, I did it, and I still can do it. But it's a different job. So I'm more in contact with the nature. I'm a winter person, so I'm like an expert in the north, and I like it. So if you put me in a country that probably I feel very stressful because the traffic and the regulations and I have to follow a program minute by minute that is not possible because it's very stressful. At the end of the day, you are working for 17 hours. So the next day again and again. And after 5 days, you are very tired and you want to finish the tour because you are tired. It's not my case here. So I like it. Yeah. And
Thanks
good luck
your
for the
time.
new guys. Guys, good luck in the future and think seriously to learn at least 3 or 4 languages and study geography and very important, meet the culture of the people of the country you are working in. Try to understand the mentality of the people. This is super important. Don't be, in your case, don't bring the Chinese culture when you travel in Norway. Try to put your brain in white and learn when you travel. So don't try to go bringing your culture in a country because you are the one out of your country. If I visit China, for instance, eh, I don't bring there my European mentality. I try to look how the locals eat, how the locals think, and this is very important. I don't bring my food or my behavior because I'm not in my country. So, and I put you an example. Not many years ago, I visited Japan alone, and of course, it's another world. I become, in a way, a Japanese, just watching the behavior, which is good or not good in the society. So, yeah, this is very